Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name's David and welcome to my garden. Today I wanted to talk to you about a houseplant. So we're going to do a little focus on a houseplant and it's going to be this one, the Blue Star Fern. The Latin name is Phlebodium aureum. It is a beautiful fern. It's got these blue-green fronds which always stand out quite nicely against other plants because the majority of plants are green, whether in the house or outdoors. So it's always nice to have something that's got a little bit of a different colour or texture to it. Now, as with all ferns, whether indoor or outdoor ferns, there are two rules that you have to follow. They like moisture and they hate direct sunlight. So keep them nice and well watered. That's why they do so well in bathrooms and in kitchens because of the humidity. But I actually keep this one in the living room. Just make sure that I water it once a week, give it a liquid fertilizer feed once a month just to keep it looking really happy and healthy. Now this one actually lives a couple of feet away from the window, so it gets bright daylight but it never actually gets any direct sun because the direct sun will burn the fronds and it looks quite unsightly when they start going brown at the tips. I think there is actually a little bit here that's been caught by the sun. So it does happen and they will burn really quite quickly. Now, because ferns like a moist environment, it's always recommended when you're potting it up to make sure that you put it in a plastic nursery pot with holes in the bottom. Never put them into, say, terracotta pots, because the minute that they go into terracotta pots, terracotta's porous, and so it loses water quite quickly. And so it's important to put them in plastic because it will just retain the water, and so you won't have to keep watering them as often. But like I said, once a week during the growing season, and then in the winter it's probably once a fortnight that I give them a water. If you see that the top of the soil is dry, it's usually just worth giving them a little bit of a drink. Now it's worth noting that the fern actually grows out of these rhizomes. They're like furry little nubs that grow above the soil and into the soil, and this is where the fern grows out of. The rhizome's just like almost like the same thing that a bulb does. It's an energy storage unit for the plant, really. So if you see these starting to grow out and they're a bit furry, don't have to worry about that. That's just the rhizomes. Now if you're wanting to repot this, which you will do after 2 or 3 years, the best thing to do is take it out of the pot and then literally just cut it in half straight down the middle. And as long as you've got rhizomes and you've got roots and you've got a leaf or two, pot it on in just a good multi-purpose compost and it will take off quite happily and you'll have a second fern, which is always fun. You can give it away to somebody or you can have 2 of them. Now, one other thing that people may notice is that they get these brown dots on the underside of their leaves. Now, ferns don't flower. So the way that they reproduce is by spores, and these are where the spores come from. So this tells me that it's actually a really happy plant because it's getting ready to reproduce. Now you don't have to worry too much if you've got this indoors, because the spores are like dust. They're absolutely minuscule and the vacuum cleaner will pick them up really quickly. But it just goes to show that it's really happy and it's really healthy. But if you see this on the bottom of any of your ferns, on any of the fronds, don't worry, it's not infected, it's not a disease or anything like that. It's actually a sign that it's really happy because it's ready to reproduce. Now that is pretty much everything you need to know if you're wanting to grow Phlebodium aureum, Blue Star Fern. Really easy to grow, they look great, and I recommend them. So anyway, if you enjoyed this or found this interesting, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And yeah, always a pleasure, never a chore, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.